皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me. This is the Japanese Easy News article for December 12th, 2025, 2025年12月12日の記事でございます。We have a very simple title today. So, 今年の漢字は熊。So, 今年 is this year. And then we have kanji, which is kanji, Chinese characters. Use the particle no to connect them. Which kanji are we talking about? The one from this year. 今年の漢字は熊. So it's our main topic here. And kuma, which is a bear. So this year's kanji, they have that in quotes since it's something that's decided, like an award kind of. This year's kanji is bear. And we'll talk about why that is. Okay, this is our vocabulary list from the article today. We have 今年, this year. Kanji is kanji, as in the Chinese characters. Kuma is bear. Himaru is for something to be decided or determined. Obo-san is a Buddhist priest or monk. Ji is a character or a letter. This can be talking about English letters, kanji, Hiragana, all of those are considered ji. And we have 日本漢字能力鑑定協会. This is a long one. So 日本漢字能力検定 is the Japan Kanji Aptitude Test, or also known as the Kanken. So they are the people that make the Kanken test, this testing foundation. And that's the test for testing your kanji knowledge. So there's a whole bunch of levels depending on what level you're aiming for, and you can test your kanji knowledge. And we have 表す is to represent, and 米 is rice. So 米 versus gohan. 米 is rice before it's cooked. Gohan is like the food rice that's already been cooked. So cooked rice.
今年の漢字が決まりました。熊という漢字です。京都市の清水寺でお坊さんが大きな字で熊と書きました。日本漢字能力検定協会によると、今年を表す漢字は熊を選んだ人が一番多くなりました。いろいろな場所で熊の被害が出たことなどが理由だと言っています。2番目に多かった漢字は米でした。米の価格が高くなっていることや、米国、アメリカの大統領がトランプさんになったことが理由でした。
Okay, let's jump right into our article here.
今年の漢字が決まりました。熊という漢字です。
Okay. 今年の漢字が決まりました。So, 今年の is this year's 漢字. So, this year's 漢字が決まりました. So, 決まる is for something to be decided or determined. So, the kanji for this year was decided or determined. And 熊という漢字です。So, 熊という漢字. Kanji is once again kanji. And then it is the kanji called, or the kanji that is kuma. It is the kanji for kuma, which is bear.
京都市の清水寺でお坊さんが大きな字で熊と書きました。
Okay. 京都市の清水寺で、so, 京都市 the city of Kyoto. 清水寺 is the very famous temple, probably the most famous Buddhist temple in Japan. Kiyomizu Temple. Kiyomizu Terade. So at the Kiyomizu Temple in Kyoto. Obo-san ga. So Obo-san is a Buddhist priest or Buddhist monk. Ga. It's doing something. Okina ji de. So okina, once again, large. And ji is a character. And then this de tells us the means. So in large characters, or in a very large character. 馬と来ました。So if you do something in a certain way, or you're quoting something that you're doing, you'll use to. So 熊 is once again bear, and 熊と書きました. So 書く is to write. To write. Paint with calligraphy as well, right?
日本漢字能力検定協会によると、今年を表す漢字は熊を選んだ人が一番多くなりました。
Okay. 日本漢字能力検定協会. This is a long one. It is the people who give out the kanji aptitude test, right? So, the Japan Kanji Aptitude Test Agency or something like that. Kyokai is kind of like a group of people, an agency or something like that. It was in the vocab for today, but I forgot the exact word. But according to them, so niyoru to is according to those people. 今年を表す漢字は so 今年を so something is being done to this year, and this year is being represented. 表す漢字 so the kanji that represents this year, they do this every year by the way, は kuma, which is kuma, bear, and kuma を選んだ人. So 選ぶ in the past tense, to select or to choose. And then these are people, hito, that have done this action. So the people that chose kuma, or the kuma character, the bear character, が一番多くなりました. So 一番, we put this in front of adjectives to mean the most, literally means the number one. And then 多くなる is for something to become big, but when we put ichiban, you can say we're the most. So there were the most people who selected bear for the kanji that represents the year. And yeah, this okunaru just comes from oi, mini, and that's a state change. So we use kunaru to change from a state of not being a lot to being a lot. So
いろいろな場所で熊の被害が出たことなどが理由だと言っています。
So いろいろな場所で いろいろな is how we say various, and that's just connected to a noun, which is why we use that na, it's a na adjective. いろいろな場所 in various locations. Instead tells us in or at, so in various locations. 熊の被害 So 被害 is damage or injuries. So injuries due to bears. 熊の被害が出た. So 出た when something happens or comes out or occurs. So 熊の被害が出たことなど. So the fact, this koto here is a way we can turn a verb into a noun. So here we have 出た, which is for something to happen, right? And then ことなどが理由だと言っています. So, など says and other things が理由. So, 理由 is a reason. So, the reason for what we're talking about why bear was selected as the kanji. So, and then だと言っています is someone is saying this. So, they say that the reason most people chose the kanji for bear is because there have been lots of injuries due to bears in various locations and things like it. That's what that nado does there.
2番目に多かった漢字は米でした。
Okay. 2番目に多かった漢字は So 2番目1番 means number one, right? 2番目 means the second. So if we add me, it turns number 2 into the second number. So you can do this after any Japanese count. So 1本 would be like one bottle of beer or something, one bottle of something. You say 1本目, that'd be the first bottle or something like that. So here 2番目, the second one, に多かった漢字. So 多かった once again, many, or there were lots. So the kanji that had the second most, 2番目に多かった漢字は米でした. So 米 is this character right here, which means uncooked rice. Now, there's another funny thing about this kanji. It is also used for America. So it can also represent America in like news articles and things like that, the USA. So it will also sometimes mean America, but for the most part, it means rice.
米の価格が高くなっていることや、米国、アメリカの大統領がトランプさんになったことが理由でした。
Okay, so 米の価格が、米 is rice, uncooked rice, の価格. 価格 is the price, and then 価格が高くなっていること. So 高くなる is we have 高い, which is expensive or high, and then we use that くなる to say it's becoming high, and then this 高くなっている, it's still high. So it has become high and it is still high. The price of rice is high. ことや, so once again we're using こと to make this verb into a noun. ことや, so the fact that rice prices have increased, or 米国アメリカの大統領が, so 米国 once again is a way to say, well, once again we haven't mentioned this, but so 米国 is the word that uses that 米 kanji to mean America. So the country of rice is America. And one of these days I'll make a video on why that is. But you can also look it up. It's just an old, something remaining from old Japanese. So 米国, the United States of America, also known as アメリカの大統領が, so 大統領 is the president, so the president of the USA or America, がトランプさんになった. So トランプさん would be Donald Trump, and then になる is to become. So the president of the United States became Donald Trump. Now, in English, we would kind of say that reverse. We would say Donald Trump became the president of the United States of America. In Japanese, you can kind of flip it, and it doesn't really matter. It's just like you have the title, and Trump is the one that achieved that title. So, 米国アメリカの大統領がトランプさんになったこと. So once again, the fact that Donald Trump became the president of the United States が理由でした. So they give us a reason for kuma being the number one kanji, and two reasons, and implying more with this ya here. We're giving you two reasons, but there are other reasons as well. So, and the two reasons are the fact that rice prices are expensive, and the fact that Donald Trump became the president of the United States. So that's kind of why Coleman was selected. So yeah, they do this every year. I believe it is the people who make the Kanken kanji test that do it. They have surveys and ask people what they think the kanji of the year should be. And this year it ended up being bear, followed closely by kome or rice. And that is it for our article today. So thank you for being here. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every weekday when we make these videos. I hope you're enjoying them, and I will plan on seeing you next week. また来週.